Thank you so much. It is a pleasure to be here. I really want to honor everything that has already been shared. I am a child and adolescent psychiatrist with specific interest and focus on trauma. And so perhaps I will add my comments more about the children and the neurodevelopmental impact of what this discussion is about. And I also have a couple of drawings that I will share with you by children in Iran whose parents have been taken by force into prison. Because I think sometimes the creative self-expression of children speaks volumes more than any words that us adults can offer. And I also share that I left Iran at an early age of 12. And despite the fact that I was not imprisoned, and as far as I know, nobody in my immediate family was imprisoned, I came away with many traumas as a young girl, and I'm continuing to notice how coming from a society where the freedom of speech, the freedom of expression, the freedom of movement, of dance, of culture is oppressed in this way impacts every single one of us, thousands and millions of Iranians around the world. And so the impact goes way beyond the imprisoned person, their family, and their neighborhood. And I can attest to that. And also really want to honor the gentleman who spoke about their experience, because I think the healing and empowerment that allows for us to share our stories is one of the things that we need in our leadership going forward, because without honoring what we have been through, it's extremely difficult to move forward. Just a couple of things before I show you these beautiful drawings. As we know, the nervous system and the brain of the child requires a sense of safety, nurturance, and empowerment, being educated about what's right and wrong, and about how to trust adults, how to trust people, how to trust as we develop as into adults and in society. And I always wondered why many communities, but in particular Iranians, don't trust each other very much. There's so many factions, so much mistrust, so much pain in so many of us. So one of the contributing factors to the sense of division and mistrust and factions is those early experiences of having someone we love, someone we know, someone we've heard of, being taken against their will for no other reason than being a human being, than having beliefs like everybody else, than having a voice like everybody else, perhaps being of a different religion or a different tribe or a different gender, that is not being honored by whoever's in leadership and in authority. And so what happens is these shocks and traumas of people who are brilliant, well-educated, loving, kind, of service, being taken away and treated worse than you would think the worst criminal should be treated, is in itself engendering a sense of chaos and distrust. And what is the rule of law anyway? You know, who am I as a child, and what is my future? You know, who can I trust? Can I even trust the adults around me? Can I trust my teacher? Can I trust my neighbor? So I'm going to ask our wonderful host to show these three drawings. One of the things we do in the large-scale trauma healing work that I'm involved in is encourage self-expression through crayons and pencils and just putting feelings and thoughts on paper, which can be very powerful, especially when in states of trauma. It's almost hard to even come up with a word because the emotions are so intense. And so one of the children, probably age 6 or 7, one of the experiences in these sessions is, first of all, draw yourself as you feel yourself right now. And so the drawing that you will see is this little child whose parents were taken away into prison in Iran. If I could, Marjanjan, show that first picture of this little 7-year-old sharing how they feel, the chaos of emotions, the fear, the anger, the grief, the disbelief, the chaos inside this little child's psyche. And then the second drawing or question is, what is your biggest, draw your biggest challenge, difficulty, or problem. And just a disclaimer that the amazing person who took this photo, there's a little bit of a shadow, but I'll explain as you will see it. And so the same little child draws their biggest difficulty, challenge, and problem as being so far from the parents who were taken away into prison. And these numbers, 1 through, I don't even know how far he or she could count, but the pain of separation, of not being able to have their presence with the child when needed most. And then the third drawing, which is really an invitation to support the child to at least imagine a solution, a healing of this tremendous amount of pain, is imagine your biggest challenge or difficulty in life being resolved, and draw yourself and how you would feel with that wholeness. And the child drawing the biggest wish is to reunite. I know my time is up, and I just want to honor the beautiful work and honor the children's voices. Thank you very much.